Hi, folks. It's me again. So tonight is over. I kind of figured that it completely dies down, at least in the areas that I do my job in. Completely dies down after 11. I noticed that, so I figure 11 should just pretty much be my limit, and after that, let's just start heading back. That's what I'm doing now. It's 11:40, and I've been sitting around for the past 40 minutes, hoping to try to find another damn delivery job to do, but there's no more, so in most cases, I'll have to keep that in mind. 11 p.m. is the limit. After that, time to go back to sleep. So I'm gonna go home now, and I may or may not work some more tomorrow. It depends on what I feel like doing. I mean, we all know that I should do this again tomorrow. I'm only doing this like maybe 3 days a week. It's part-time. I don't want to do it more than that for a while until I get this doctor visit over with and fix my health problems, because I have to be on the insurance that I have. My health insurance is probably the best health insurance ever, and if I make too much money, I won't qualify for it anymore, because that's what happened a long time ago. So I'm deliberately only working like part-time, and I'm not gonna make more than like a certain amount of money so I can stay on my current health plan, because my current health plan covers literally everything. Like, there's no deductible, no co-pays, no nothing. Like, there's very rarely even a small co-pay. Like, even the times when there's a co-pay, it's usually never more than like $5 to maybe $15 at most, and it's kind of rare to get that at all. Most of the time, if I have a co-pay, it's for like a special kind of medicine or something. So right now, because of all this crap that I have to do, especially this special procedure that I have to do on February 6th, it's really expensive. And if I had any other kind of insurance, or I have to pay out of pocket, it's gonna be several $1,000s. I don't have that kind of money. So that's kind of why I have to just, you know, kind of cheat the system, even though it's not even really cheating the system. It's basically, you know, obviously the less you make, the more, you know, the more crap you can qualify for. So since I am deliberately like only working a certain amount of time and making a specific amount of money, so I can continue to qualify for this for the time being, so I can fix my health problems and not be in a ton of debt. But then after that, after I find out what's wrong with me and I figure out like an actual way to get rid of it and keep things normal, I'm gonna just have to work part-time, so otherwise I'm not gonna be able to afford it. Because there is a saying that I love, there's this saying that I love to say about the government, corporations, all that crap in general, is the more you make, the more they take. And it makes perfect sense, because the more hours I do, the more money I make, the more they take out for taxes, the more I wind up having to pay for health insurance. Health insurance is overpriced, but right now, like, my health insurance practically is nothing. It's like it hardly costs anything, and I can afford it. So that's why I don't want to mess around with anything right now. I'm keeping myself at part-time. I'm not gonna go to full-time until after this is done, because I want my health back. And it's not like I could work full-time anytime soon anyway, because of how crappy I feel from this stupid gut problem. And I don't even know, I've only been on the iron supplements for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes it takes several months for your iron deficiency to go back to normal. So like, I'm still just starting to recover, figuring out like, damn, this is fucked up. So I'm trying to do everything I can to keep myself alive at this point, but it's still a temporary fix. And I need to find something that's gonna work better than just this by itself. Because like, I can't do, you know, I can't do some jobs where you have to be on your feet all day. I used to do that all the time and it was no problem. But my problem I have now with this gut problem and my anemia and all this crap is that I can't really stand very long anymore. Like, I feel so lightheaded and so tired all the damn time. I just feel like crap. So that's why what I'm doing now, I'm actually happy with. It's fun, it's adventurous, I like doing it, and there's no problem with me doing it because I'm sitting down the majority of the time. So I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out, or I don't feel like total ass. So I have no problem doing this. I definitely don't mind doing it. Even if I wasn't sick, I still wouldn't mind doing this anyway. You know, it pays pretty well, and sometimes it does get annoying depending on the situation. Like, sometimes I have no idea where I'm going, the delivery instructions are vague, or they're stupid, or they leave stuff out, so I wind up getting lost. Or sometimes my phone service sucks and I have no signal as usual, so the internet doesn't work, so it's like I can't use my GPS, so it's like, where do I even go? But other than that, like, the job itself, I like it and it's adventurous, and I mean, I don't really plan on doing something else for a while. I mean, I did security for 2 or 3 years already, and I had no problem with that. I just didn't like doing overnights all the time, and I started finding way too many of those security jobs that were overnight. Not to mention, to make it even worse, I could not tolerate all of the idiots and assholes that worked in the offices with security. I could not do that anymore. Those are the 2 reasons why I've decided to not do security anymore. Just basically, I'm tired of overnight shifts, and I'm tired of all these dumbass idiot assholes that work in the offices. They were driving me absolutely insane, especially with the last security company I was with. That was definitely the worst of any company in general that I've ever worked for, like, ever. Not just security, but just any company in general. That was definitely the shittiest I've ever worked for in my life. They were the most retarded, annoying, incompetent piece of shit people I have ever known. They were so sketchy, they were liars. Like, I just wanted to go off on them, like, so bad. But at the time, I didn't feel like getting fired. I wanted to stay there as long as I could not go crazy from how retarded and annoying everyone, the people at the offices and the supervisor was. I was trying to bite my tongue as much as I could and just put up with it. But, you know, it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. Not to mention, I couldn't do overnights anymore. I mean, even though they were supposedly gonna put me somewhere close by that was during the day, and I was waiting to get into that, but then it's like my health problems at the time were getting really ridiculous. I was just getting like, the feeling of passing out and my body having panic attacks and all that was becoming more and more and more and more frequent, and it was becoming more severe. Like, every week it was getting worse. So then that's when I unfortunately had to quit. I couldn't wait around for them to switch me to a day job. And even if they switched me to a day job, I probably wouldn't be able to do it very long anyway. Even though it was only gonna be like maybe 3 days a week, I couldn't do it anymore because I had to go to the hospital. So that day, when I went to the hospital, I had to quit on the spot, even though I gave them like a 10-hour I gave them a 10-hour heads up. And I told them, like, I'm going to the hospital because my health problems, I'm like on the verge of passing out. I'm going to the hospital and I'm not gonna be able to work anymore. So, like, I know this is a short notice, but this is out of my control. So I told them I had to quit that day. I wasn't able to work anymore. They still said that I was not to be rehired because I didn't give them a 2-week notice. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you really that of a shitty company? Like, you just do not care? You just treat your employees like a piece of shit like that? Like, I had to go to the fucking hospital. I thought I was gonna die. I was on the verge of blacking out because I felt like shit so bad. I spent like 6 hours sitting around in the emergency room that day, and they don't care. Like, that's just further proves my point that they have no sympathy. They don't understand anything. They are retarded and they just don't care. So, not that I was ever planning on, you know, trying to work for that company again anyway. They can go fucking rot in a ditch for all I care. But it's just fucked up how supposedly I'm not to be rehired because I had to give them a short notice over something I had no control over. I had serious medical problems at the time. I had to go to the fucking hospital, and they're still gonna be like that? Like, really, bitch? I would, like, seriously, if they weren't all the way across town, all the way in like Tempe, if it wasn't like over 45 miles of a drive away, I would have gone down there and cussed them the fuck out. Like, there would have been so much yelling and cussing. The fucking cops would have showed up because someone would have called the cops thinking someone was getting murdered or something. I'm not even kidding. Like, when I found that out, that I was not to be rehired, I was just like fucking steaming pissed off. Like, I had absolutely nothing to say. I did not want to talk to them because it was gonna be nothing but yelling and cussing. Like, literally the last thing I said to them was, I better get my final paycheck or I will sue your fucking ass. And I walked out. That was it. I did not want to say any more than that, other than I'm gonna sue you. I will see you in court if I don't get my paycheck in the full that I'm expecting. That's all I said. And then that was the end of it. But it just pisses me off that they have the nerve to treat people like that. Like, any company in general should fucking die. Seriously, like anyone that treats someone like that has no sympathy, nothing. They're just cold-hearted pieces of shit. And it just pisses me off. Those kind of people, I just want to fuck up. I want to fight them. I want to cuss them out. I want to put them in their place because that's what they deserve. I don't want to fight someone and, you know, start shit for no reason. There is a damn good reason, and that alone is a damn good reason. And I would have no problem with knocking their ass out for being that way. They are a fucking piece of shit of a human being, and there is just no place in this world for someone that is seriously like that. And that's just my honest opinion. Anyway, enough talking. This video is long enough. So stay tuned for more videos. See you, folks!